Good afternoon and welcome to E-COMM and Carry On with Online Market Experts. I'm Chris Morley.
And I'm Phil Lay.
And thanks so much for joining us this Friday for our first ever weblog. We're very excited to be bringing you the news of e-commerce each week. And before we get started on that, we want to thank a good friend of ours.
Yeah, we have to thank Jim Stewart for the inspiration for this blog. Jim does a weekly SEO blog. You can catch it, Jim Boot, on YouTube. Fantastic. And Jim also speaks at the Peace and Internet Conference. And Jim, I know you're watching. I thank you so much for the inspiration. I just hope we can be halfway as good as you.
I hope we can do you justice, Jim. And e-commerce is a happening industry. There's always something to talk about. And so let's get into some of the articles we saw this week of interest.
Absolutely.
So we opened up the Australian the other day and saw a very grumpy Phil Lay, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? But the story was about eBay announcing they might open up a junior eBay account for under 18s, and they put in a shocking photo of you, Phil.
Yeah, not the best photo. That photo was from 2008 when we were fighting eBay and PayPal over their PayPal only policy. So they've just pulled that out of the archives. But I'm actually quite happy about this move by eBay. A lot of the sellers in the US were a little bit up in arms at this because they were worried about the extra customer service levels that this might produce, and also non-paying bidders. But look, let's face it, kids are already trading, buying and selling on eBay on their parents' accounts. And if eBay link these accounts to their parents and put some filters on it, we could see a really good thing here.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, they've got access to these resources now, so they're buying in retail, and this gives them an ability to do it in a safe environment. Parents can monitor it, and it's another good initiative from eBay on the back of their mobile app, which is doing fantastically well for the company and reflecting in the share price.
Yeah, look, they're doing a great job. Look, there's a real race online now. Facebook are doing the same thing. They want to put kids' accounts out here. We already know they're already on there. But yeah, John Donohue's done a great job, I believe, since coming to the company. And eBay was really on the way down when Meg Whitlam was running it. And John Donohue's just done a great job. And it's reflected again in that share price this week.
So the other next article we want to have a look at was announced during the week was Toll are going to partner with newsagents to allow pickup of the parcels from selected newsagents around the country. Now this is sort of on the back of about a month ago, Australia Post bringing in lockers whereby parcels can be picked up 24 hours, 7 day a week in a safe, secure environment. And yeah, now we see another player offering another option for online sellers.
Yeah, look, it's a great thing, and it's great to see the country's catching up with these sort of services around e-commerce. I think Australia Post has really led that charge in this country, and Ahmed came into the company and put a full focus into e-commerce and has led the way. So I think, hats off to Toll coming and doing that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, these two companies have really embraced online, and the offerings they're doing that are great for sellers, great for buyers, and show that they're engaging with a market which shows 19% year-on-year growth. E-commerce has shown that again this week, and it's one of the few sectors of the economy we're actually seeing growth from. So yeah, great news.
Maybe the government should be investing in it.
That would be a great idea. Maybe grants for retailers. Yeah. The other article we saw this week, which got front page of The Age, was the Taraz partnership with Australia Post. And Taraz is a concierge-style site that allows Australians to buy from overseas sites. And
Kick in the guts, I think, was the headline or something like that.
Kick in the guts was mentioned here on the Age website. Here it's going to go down like a lead balloon with local retailers. But the point,
I think it's just bad spin. I think they, use the word partnership, and look, most companies have a partnership relationship with Australia Post. There's nothing different in this. We can actually do the same deal. Any company's open for that same deal, and I just think it was just poorly worded. Australia Post aren't leading this charge. It's Taraz.
No, and Taraz offer a great local service, employing more Australians to help deliver consumer choice, which is a great thing.
And the opportunity to buy from department stores, and even what are some of the stores? Is Macy's,
Walmart, Macy's, Champs. There's a great range of stock, and it's delivered through a reputable Australian service. So it's a good e-commerce story here. So the next and the final piece we want to have a look at today is a few weeks ago we heard on 2GB radio that Dollar Shave Club Australia, or Oz Shave Club Australia, my apologies, had basically ripped off a US YouTube clip called Dollar Shave Club
I don't know if you've seen the clip, but you have to see Dollar Shave Club.
Here it is on your screen right now. It's amazing. It's had over 5.5 million views.
Yeah, very creative and fantastic. And what these guys actually did is rip it off completely, but put an Australian angle on it. And it was just horrible. It was fringe-worthy. It was terrible.
It was.
We actually tweeted to the guys in America saying, hey, have a look at this. They're ripping you off. And we had a look today. We wanted to show you the bad version, but it's been pulled down.
We'd love to show the comparison, but it's disappeared. So unfortunately, it's e-commerce bad at the moment with Oz Shave Club. But just because you see a good example doesn't mean you need to miss out on it. And Vin Mofo have done a great online clip around their first birthday.
Vino Mofo, yeah, it's amazing. It's basically a corporate video explaining that they got bought into by Catch of the Day. The guys from Catch of the Day, Gabby Leibowitz and his brother, and with Scoop on. And it's a fantastic, very creative video, and you should watch it. It's about a 4.5 minute watch, but it's very, very good. I actually caught up with Andre at the Online Retailer Awards and asked him about it. And I said, look, when did you write the script? He said, I actually wrote the script before seeing Dollar Shave Club. So he'd already had that idea and invested the time into it. But he said, look, the Dollar Shave did play a bit of a part in the direction of the making of the video, but that's a really great Australian video.
That's terrific. Some great examples out there, and it doesn't mean you need to plagiarise and completely copy. But that's us for the week. We hope you really enjoyed it. We hope to see you back. We want to continue the conversation, though, obviously on Twitter at OME_net_AU, at onlinemarketexperts.com. We have a blog, top right-hand corner. Please engage us. We're happy to speak e-commerce with you all the time.
And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.